Today I'm going to be sharing with you a technique that you can use to get your anxiety under control. Now, with the current situation, a lot of people are experiencing high levels of anxiety. They're worried about their family, they're worried about their job or their business, they're worried about their own physical health. They're just generally uncertain about the future and what the world's going to look like when we get through this crisis, which we are going to get through this crisis. To help you, I'm going to share with you a technique today that you can use to control your anxiety, and it's a breathing technique. A lot of people, when I speak to them on the phone about anxiety, they tell me that one of the things they're doing which really makes a difference is breathing. And often they're using a variant of this breathing technique that I'm going to share with you today. Now, unfortunately, I think a lot of people teach this technique incorrectly. Certainly, if you look at the top 2 or 3 videos on YouTube for this particular technique, they miss something very critical. And I'm going to share with you a variant of this technique, which is very simple, but it has the 2 essential components in it, so that you only need to focus on 2 things to get a great deal of benefit from this technique. And the first thing that you need to understand about this technique is that it is designed to stimulate your nervous system. And particularly, it's designed to stimulate a nerve that starts in the brain and goes all the way through the core of the body, down the trunk, and terminates in the abdomen, in the gut here. Anxiety is very physically felt in all of these different areas, and different people feel it in different places. Some people have migraines, tension headaches, they have tension in the jaw, they kind of chew and they grind their teeth, or they have a tightness in their chest, they find their hearts racing with anxiety, or their stomach does somersaults, they get that sort of knotted feeling, or they lose their appetite. The vagus nerve connects into all of these different areas. So no matter where you're feeling anxiety, this is going to help you. The other thing that it does is it takes your nervous system from something called sympathetic nervous arousal, which is stress, anxiety, fight or flight, and it puts it into parasympathetic nervous arousal, which is rest, relaxation, recuperation. The benefit of doing that is it means that you will feel calmer in your body. The fight or flight mechanism will begin to calm down, and as a result, you'll be able to think more positively, you'll feel more comfortable within yourself, you'll be able to imagine getting through this situation a lot more easily. Now, I'm going to show you the first component of the vagal breathing technique now. It's a very simple technique, especially the way that I'm going to share it with you. And the first component is that you need to breathe deeply from down here. It's a belly breathing, diaphragmatic, deep diaphragmatic and belly breathing technique. So you breathe so that your stomach goes out, and it wants to go really out. Now, don't be upset if you feel that you've got a big belly. That just means you're going to be able to do this technique even better. So let it go out as much as it wants to go out, as much as it needs to go out for you to be able to completely fill your lungs with air. That's the secret to this technique. Now, I'm going to do 1 deep breath from down here, not a vagal breath for a reason that you'll understand in a moment, but 1 deep breath so that you can understand what I mean. All the way out there. So it goes all the way back in afterwards. I'll turn to the side so that you can see it. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. So that's the first thing that you need to understand to do a vagal breath. Not difficult. The next thing that you need to understand is the ratio of the amount of time you spend breathing in compared to the amount of time that you spend breathing out. And you should spend longer breathing out. In fact, you should spend a lot longer. It should be twice as long on the out breath as it is on the in breath. So I'm going to do one of those for you now. All the way out. And all the time that I was breathing there, I could feel my whole trunk vibrating a little bit with the air. And that's what you want for this technique. You want to get as much stimulation into this vagus nerve as you possibly can. Now, I'm going to add a couple of little extra bits that are going to make it even better for you. But before we get into that, I want us to just spend a moment or two doing these two components of the vagal breath together so that you can really get to grips with it. So start breathing with me now, and we're going to breathe in, belly goes out, and now breathing out. Slow, twice as long, still going. That's it, breathing in, breathing out. All the way out. We're going to continue doing this. But now watch. The smile. Now, it's not essential to the vagal breath because it's actually a different nerve. But I'm going to add it in anyway because I think it makes a big difference. It's going to make you feel a lot more calm and a lot more positive, a lot more optimistic at the end of this session that we're going to do. So in a moment, we're going to do some breathing together, and we're going to put all of this together so that you can get to grips with it. Remember, two essential components is the belly goes out, and then you're breathing out for twice as long as when you're breathing in. But we also added the smile to it as well. It's a nice little thing that really helps you to be positive and optimistic, as well as stimulating another nerve in the jaw, which allows you to relax. It allows you to go a little bit further into parasympathetic nervous system arousal than you would just with the vagal breathing. But it's just an extra thing. It's not required, it's extra. Now, one more thing that you'll notice is that I'm making a noise on the sound as it goes out. There's two reasons for that. One, I want you to hear it. So I want you to be able to hear how I'm breathing. However, if you want to do that as well, you may find that that works a little bit better for you than doing this silently. So that's up to you. If you want to make the sound that goes on the way out, by all means make that sound with me so that you're completely copying what I'm doing. Remember the essential components, that the belly goes out, and then it's twice as long. Essential components. Added optional extras, smiling and making the sound. I'm going to do all four. If you want to do all four with me. And let's enjoy this little bit of vagal breathing that we're going to do for the next 5 minutes or so. So let me just put a timer on to make sure that we get 5 minutes of this. Sorry about this. I should have set this up in advance, shouldn't I? Let's go. Another one. Remember the belly. Feeling good already, isn't it? I wonder if you're beginning to feel your shoulders letting go, your ribs relaxing. Feeling more comfortable in your body. If you want to put a hand here, you can. Or even close your eyes. So you feel very grounded in the body. Just landing in the body. Halfway there. And let's just breathe now. If you need to yawn, you can yawn. Feeling the tension gone from around the eyes now, and in the jaw. Ooh, sorry about that. It was a bit louder than I expected, but hopefully you're feeling very relaxed now. I know that I am. And if you still have a little bit of tension, that's okay. You've only done 5 minutes, but you can probably hear how relaxed I am. If you want to do another 5 minutes, just skip back 5 minutes and then do another round of this vagal breathing. I don't think you can do too much vagal breathing. It will certainly help you to be a lot calmer and to think a lot more clearly as you're going through this. People need you right now. People rely on you. People want you to support them. This is going to help you to do that. It's going to help you to be the rock for the person that you need to be the rock for. So, let's do the next video. Either skip back 5 minutes or move on to the next video in this sequence, which is all about how you can use, well, let's call them psychosensory techniques to be able to move energy around your body. Now, I don't know exactly what that energy is, but I do know that these techniques work. So moving on to the next one now, the psychosensory techniques, and let's explore what we can do with that.